So what are some of the forms of Maya? Oh, we know Baba's forms. He's father, teacher, Sadguru, his mother, is your husband, is your friend, is your companion, is Karan Karavanhar. So what forms does Maya take? Maybe we can start with Baba uses these words sometimes almost synonymously, but there is a subtle difference, Ravan and Maya. So Ravan is like the gross form, he screams, he yells, he throws things around, the brute, the ego, like showing arrogance, and throws things around, he gets angry, he oppresses people. So Ravan is like the gross form, the brute form of body consciousness, devices. Maya is like the snake. The snake in the Christian story, Maya will tempt. Maya will tell Eve, God tells you not to eat this apple, but if you eat this apple, you will know everything. Be like God. So Maya is the sneaky, tempting intelligence of Ravan. And Maya very often, if not always, pretends to be your friend. And this is very useful to know. Ravan doesn't deceive us, just Ravan overpowers us. But Maya deceives us. Maya poses as if she means well with us, but underneath, she works for Ravan. So these tendencies within the intellect that undermine Baba, that undermine Srimad in a subtle way.
Like a spy.
Yes, Maya is like the spy. No, a spy doesn't come and say, I am a spy.
Yeah.
A spy comes and acts as your friend. But in a sneaky, undermining way, he will tell your secrets to the opposite, to your enemy. So this is Maya, this sneaky, undermining, tempting way to get you properly miserable. And this, at least this helps me, So Maya is like the Miss Maya, and Ravan is like the monster. But they both work together. And so this Maya manifests in this voice inside that feels compelling, this voice inside that feels convincing, but it is opposite of the result is opposite of what you actually would like or aim for, or Baba tells us. And we often give this example of the alarm goes in the morning and Maya tells you 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. So this is one example. But what are Maya's strategies? What are Maya's weapons? Just for us to become more familiar with it, to recognize it.
Om Shanti. The way I think is that Maya is constantly moving around us, the way I say it. We have five sense organs. So the way I look at it is that I'm just working on it since last couple of weeks actually. So when I see something, um, and when I see something very beautiful and my mind gets pulled there, that's a Maya. I see it. So I see it as I see it, no matter how beautiful it is. But when I get my pulse in it, like, wow, so beautiful. And you feel like more and more and more. That's a Maya. When you hear something and your mind gets pulled there, wow, it's so melodious. Like it brings you there, it takes you, pulls you there, it takes you there. That's a Maya. When you smell something so good, like wow, so good, like that's Maya because it pulls you there. You are it taking control over you. Oh, when you eat something and your tongue feels so good, wow, it's so good, so good. Like you are out of your control, like at that time. That's the Maya. And when you feel something so good, wow, it's so good, so good. So you are at that time, you don't know like who you are and you lose your control. That's the Maya. So that's the way I look at it. So we are trying to get that stage there. Nothing can pull you. Like you see it, you feel it, but you don't feel it. Like you don't lose your control. So that's the way I look at it, that Maya is constantly around us. And the way we are living it, it's so much outside, so much everywhere. So it constantly you're gonna feel it like you are getting pulled. And you are constantly trying to remain in the control. So the stage we are want to go that we don't feel unhappy or we don't feel like too happy, but the stage is like the like stable stage we are want to be, that nothing can pull you or nothing can bring you down. So that's Om Shanti.
Yeah, very good. Another way to say, let your happiness and your intoxication be from Baba and Baba's remembrance and not from some sense experience. You can appreciate nature and whatever, but it's not the source of your happiness. Anyone else? What are Maya strategies?
Sister, for me, the biggest thing is this body, my body, Varsha, sitting here listening to Sister Rona. And right there, then the whole kingdom starts with that. So intellectually, with Baba's teachings and insight, we all probably know that we are souls. But when it comes to day to day, moment to moment, it is so slippery. Maya is so, it's happening to me. I am hungry, one simple thing. So it is such a sleek kind of smooth biting.
Very good. One way to deal with Maya is one way we can see Maya as poison. So Mita was sharing the senses, something, oh, nice, oh, good, so like poison is there. So what is the antidote to the poison? In Mita's example, the antidote is let your happiness and your joy and your peace and your be with from Baba. then you are not pulled by those. You can see and you observe, you hear, you touch, you taste, but your happiness is from there. In Varsha's example, the poison is, what is the poison? Me and my and I. And Maya's strategy there is to twist the meaning of the words. Understand? So I am hungry. Soul doesn't need any food. Soul never is hungry. Understand? So body requires some food. Body sends a signal. Stomach is empty, some energy is required. Just like, on the dashboard of a car, when the gasoline gets empty, lights start blinking. It's a signal. It shows half empty, three-quarter empty, then it gets into the red, and then when it gets to the red, it starts blinking. So signals, it's signal for the driver. So this grumble and it is the signal of the body for the soul. Body requires some energy, body requires some food. Now, Maya has made us use the word I and me and my for this. Ina was saying we need to redefine the word surrender. We also need to redefine the word I. Maya works through the wrong language because we say, I am this, I am that, I think this, I do that, which I, who I, what I. Anytime the word I is used, does the living light come on the screen of your mind? The immortal, godlike, living light, child of the Supreme? No, Rona comes on the screen of the mind. And so the antidote here is don't use this word I and my loosely. It is good to be attentive. Most of the time it's not even needed to use the word I. Train the self and redefine it in the mind again and again and again. This is, this is war with Maya. You really want to win this war. So don't give into these Mayas. Body requires some food. Okay. Not I am hungry. See the difference?
Well, sister, then when you feel hungry, you need to change your thought. No, I am a soul. Soul doesn't need food, so I can wait.
But even if
Something like that.
you can say like that, or you say the body requires some gasoline. So
Yeah,
like, with the car, if the gasoline is empty, you cannot wait if you want to drive. So you have to put, but it's not out of greed. It is the body requires. But if body doesn't require, then there is also no need. It's just Maya, this Miss Maya asking for. Huh? Recently, we were talking about this Jagdish Bai when he was in Holland, Rona used to prepare his food and would give food. He would always ask. First, he tells you, these are the timings to eat. Outside of these timings, there is no food required. If there is, he will let us know for whatever reason. These are the timings of food. It's not that the whole day he will munch on something here and there. No. This is the time, this is the time, this is something in the tea afternoon and just something little in the evening. He will say beforehand. And then when the time to eat, he will ask, what is there? Okay, there is some rice, there is some dal, there is some soup, and there is some vegetables. He will ask what vegetables. You tell him what vegetables. Is it pumpkin or is it spinach? And then he will tell 2 spoons of rice, 3 big spoons or a small bowl of the soup, and 4 spoons of vegetables. He will say exactly. And so at the end of his journey, his trip, we asked him, how come you know, you say like, he said, I think before giving food to the body. So body does require food. Body does require its fuel. But whatever is there, does it match with what the body requires? And how much? Now, we all can kind of get into our own routine for that. But this is an area. And again, with food, is your joy, your happiness, your contentment, your intoxication coming from the food? Or is it from Baba? This is why Baba wants us to offer to him first, to fill yourself with the joy and the love of remembering Baba, not greed of the food. Before you eat, you give the food drishti. Fill it with Baba's energy. Fill your mind with Baba's energy. So that when give the food to the body, you don't say,
Sister Rona, this one doesn't know if it comes under Maya or Ravan, because, of course, to this one, it feels so intense. But when it comes to attachment with a person, this one is mentioned before. The son, in fact, is turning 42 today, but since he's 3, I've known for many, many lifetimes have had a ridiculous attachment. And now some people think I haven't seen the grandchildren basically in 6 years. That doesn't even bother me, but have gone from an amazing, close mother son relationship to basically not having a relationship at all. And sometimes it creates so much sorrow when I let myself get into the feeling the mother son role instead of remembering that I'm a spiritual being and, he's on his own journey, etc. Um, Sometimes, well, first of all, is that Maya or is that Robin, or does it not matter?
Doesn't really matter, but it is attachment falls under Ravan, no?
Yeah,
The gross forms of attachments, they fall
yeah,
under Ravan.
yeah.
But what is
And
more important is what is the antidote.
well, of course, making that relationship with Baba instead of the son.
Yeah. Baba is your child.
been trying to do this for so many years and sometimes successful, and then all of a sudden it comes back. It's so much sorrow. It just amazes me that when I think it's over, it just comes back like in such ferocity.
Hmm.
Hmm. Right.
Maya feeds off other Mayas also. No? So it is possible you're not feeding that specific Maya, but other areas of Maya still getting food. So that one stays alive. And when there is a little change, the monster comes out again. Any other Maya strategy? One big strategy of Maya is postponing. And he often plays with us in Avyak Murlis with that. When is your date? When is your date? When is your date? And what is your aim? And now and constantly. And so Maya has this big strategy to postpone doing what is right. And then and the language Maya uses in that, it is a process.
I was thinking.
It is a process. No, when you are hungry, when there is some thirst or whatever, do you say it is a process to get something to drink? You don't. You go get it. Finish. The process may be for the water to reach the different tissues and the different organs. That is the process. But for you to do what you need to do, that's not a process. That is now.
That's why he says that.
Yeah. So the to clean the house, you don't say, oh, it is a process. You go get your sweep and your whatever, your mop and your vacuum and your rags to clean. For it to ultimately get clean, that is the process. But you doing the action, that's not a process. So Maya finds different ways to make you postpone following Maryadas. The different Srimad Baba gives us, it is a process. No, that is not the process. You doing it is now. And the purification that happens through that, that is the process on its own. Postponing is a big strategy of Maya. Baba says in Murli, yesterday Murli, he said greed. No, what is it? This with food, what was he saying? That you're greedy for food? Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. What is the word? Tempting? Tempting for no. With food. So Baba says in the Murli, then today you practice. Baba's antidote also is now. Now or never. Any other Maya strategy you have observed?
Um, since 1 week, I am trying new strategy, and hopefully, I will do forever. So I have changed my phone on a grayscale. So only thing I am seeing it is a black and white because because I don't need to see everything so colorful and so beautiful. All I am trying to achieve is the message. So and most of the time, if I need something in that color name is written particularly that, okay, this is this color. So we'll see. Yeah. And I have done same with my laptops also. My laptops are also on a grayscale. So I am not seeing anything in detail. All I'm focusing on what I want to do out of my the tool.
Anyone else? Another strategy of Maya is to make you undermine your self-respect. What is the word? Doubt. Doubts are a big form of Maya. Doubting Gyan, doubting Baba, but most of all, doubting your own higher nature. Doubting that you are that deity. Doubting that you are the angel. Doubting that you are that pure soul. Doubting that you are number one. Doubting that Baba talks to you. He must be talking to them, not to me. Talking to the daddies, not to me. Doubt is a big area. And this is where Baba says this nishchay, you have to certainty.
It's like the opposite of being meant with an intoxication of Baba's, really.
Yeah.
And it is sneaky, like you said, like a snake.
Yeah.
Instead of being in awe, you end up being in doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it is easier to kind of have this feeling for Baba. But to also have that for the self. To see the wonder of the self, the wonder of the soul. Underneath the layers of confusion and body consciousness, there is the pure, innocent, royal, virtuous soul.
I guess another one would be, oh, Baba doesn't have a body, so I can't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one way that the doubts try to convince you. Baba doesn't know. He doesn't have a body of himself.
Can you give more examples of see the wonders of self? Like soul, pure with all those qualities. Yeah.
For example, immortality is another one. This is a big thing. In the context of eternity, what does it matter one little thing here and one little thing there? What does it matter if this body dies even? That is nice. Something new, some different body will emerge. Some different scene will emerge. This is a great thing. We are imperishable, immortal beings of light. The wonder of the self is that you are like God, heir to God's inheritance. Soul is the king of the kingdom, mind, intellect, sanskars. And the deity soul is the master of paradise. What a wonder. Another wonder is the soul plays a part together with God in this drama. But in the home, you are eternally with God and close to God, like God. What is higher than this? Soul is extremely, extremely, extremely loved and dear to God. Always. That doesn't change ever. One who has right to God's sustenance and God's love. Always. This is the wonder. This is such a beauty and greatness. Worthy of the highest respect. Worthy of supreme love. Soul is innocent, innocent of vices. In that pure soul conscious state, you don't even know what is vice. Another thing is, soul doesn't need anything. The word desire, the word need, the word want, the word expectations and demands, these are fabricated words of ignorance. Soul doesn't need anything, ever. You have home, you have father, you have family. What else? Nothing. Immortality. And on top of that, you get this drama entertainment. Deities are ignorant of the word need. Angels are ignorant of the word need or desire. Need nothing ever. Eternally beyond harm. It is Ravan that feels a threat everywhere. Your, Baba, Sakar Baba, the sisters, the brothers and sisters, at that time, in the early days of the yagya, of the institution, they would have their duties in the yagya, but also they would have Baba would make like a routine and an agenda for them. And I think every week or every 2 weeks, they would get a day or half day that they had to stay in their room, not do anything. Just remember Baba. And Baba will give them a practice to do. And one of at least that this is what I had heard the daddies say, is one of the things Baba would tell them, they have to think the whole time, Niti Suddha Atma, I'm original, pure soul. These three things they would have to think, not allowing anything else. Original, pure soul. And to hold that in the mind and grasp the experience of that. Invisible, immortal, original, pure soul. And to let it sink in, sink in, sink in. 3-4 hours. Don't come out of the room. Just stay with that. We made them do these tapasya exercises, that it becomes like natural. Maya and Ravan, they are like the dictators, no, in the kingdom. Dictator, you understand? They like yeah. Oppressing and ruling the kingdom. Yeah. So we have to get these dictators dethroned, push them out, get them out. And the medium through which you do that is thought. Of course, also physical karmas, but behind that karma is the thought. So another way that Maya tries to doubt you is Maya tries to make you underestimate the self. And Maya uses the argument of past actions. Maya will say, you are not worthy. See, you tried before, but look how much you failed. Why you want to put yourself through that again? Forget the whole thing. And so Maya uses the argument of past scenes and past experiences in the Iron Age to make you let go. You have tried living a pure life. You have tried before listening to Murli. Look what happened. You want to do that again? Forget about this whole thing. Huh? Mhm. So what is Baba's antidote for that? Die. You have taken a new birth, new sanskars, new life, new opportunities. Past is past birth. Your new father, new teacher, new friend, new set of sanskars to nurture. Die. You'll die. Why are you living in a previous life? Bringing up the things. And Baba, another antidote for this is Baba says, you are number one. Don't listen to Maya. Not your Maya, not anybody else Maya. Listen to Baba. Okay, it is past 9. Maybe there's a little research project for all of us to detect the different forms of Maya. Like Amita is doing very good. Detecting and find the weapons to annihilate those Mayas, or at least not give Maya full-blown ammunition.
I'm working on my weaknesses. I'm noticing my weaknesses, and I'm just the actually it just comes from nowhere. idea comes from nowhere. When I see my weaknesses and then I'm getting too much pulled on something, somehow Baba brings the solution for me. Yeah.
Every word in Murli every word that Baba speaks is directed against Maya and Ravan if we use it in that way. Recognize the poison and use the antidote. Okay, let's close.